some of them. Yeah, that's not bad.
Is that better?
A little dark, but oh, that's better. Yeah. So my question is
Why are we so
out of touch.
How many cameras do we got on us? Because it looks like we gained 20 pounds. What's that look?
Okay, but
Better framing?
It's kind of looking down at us.
Well, I can't help that.
Oh, all right.
It is what it is.
All right. Yes, ma'am. Can you tilt
Do you want me
that
to-
a little bit that way?
Yeah,
that's perfect.
All right. Is anybody on?
Sorry?
Is anybody in yet?
No. Whoever was waiting left, so it's just me. What are we talking about today?
Wow, that is really high.
Looks good though.
It's really high though.
I said it looks good. That's better.
That's yeah.
Oi!
3 people are on. What?
All right. How do I join? Where's the?
Can anybody hear us? I hope you can. I think you can. Should be able to.
I can't. How do I get
That
in
is it. That's it. Nothing to do.
there? That's all we're gonna get.
Yeah. Well, well, no, you're in the wrong one. Go out, get out. There should be a go to our home. No. Go to the home. There, that one. Now we're in.
Hey, look at that.
Hello, Nancy. Hello, Atia. Hello. I feel like this is just like a really fun, tiny, like group chat for just like 4 pals. That's what it feels like. Sam, you can just talk.
What do you want me to say?
No, I'm saying you're typing to them. Oh, hey, Nancy. I'm just saying you could just say, hey, hi, Nancy.
Nancy.
Hi, Atia.
How are you guys? I hope you. We're still getting used to this format, you know.
We're horrible.
Nancy, are you the Nancy that I met at the grocery store, or no? Is that somebody else? I thought it was Nancy.
Nancy Bravo.
Oh.
No, it's a different Nancy.
Well, anyway, thanks for being here.
Yeah.
What do we got to talk about today?
So I think first and foremost, I think we're going to start doing this like maybe every other week. Maybe every other week is better. Because I think I don't mind going through the comments and things like that, which is kind of fun. But I think once every other week works out better. And that way we can kind of plan these a little bit better because Sam and I are editing literally all week long.
Yeah.
So he literally just showed up 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. And then I had to like get this stuff ready. So maybe we'll do this every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And maybe we'll pick a different time that's great for everybody. But, but if this is working, then it's working. So we did a poll. I'm sure you guys may have seen or may not have seen the poll. Can you go to the poll? What is just open another page or something. But we did a poll that asked you guys, how do you like your reaction videos? Now, there are 2 ways to do it. Obviously, the way we've done it, this is the second time we've done a poll like this. So long time ago, Sam and I asked our subscribers then. Obviously, it's grown exponentially since then. But we asked, do you prefer us just listening to the video and then giving our opinions on the back end? Or do you want us to stop the video, talk about it, resume play, stop it again, talk, yada, yada, yada throughout the entire thing. Now, back then, the result was shut up, let the video roll, and then give your opinions at the end. So that's how we've kind of been doing it for months and months and months now. But I do know that some people like it when people pause and they talk and they give their 2 cents and then let it play.
Can't please everybody.
Well, I think that's what we found out. You just, you know, you're never going to make everybody happy, but you can, you know, majority vote, you know, majority rules. So what is that? What was the,
well, what's the, where do I find the poll?
It's right here. Here, why don't you just select that one?
This one?
Yeah. Let's see what it gives us. So here's what it says. As of today, 52% of you said we should stop frequently during the reaction video and share our opinions instead of letting it run and then talking about it.
You know, 52 and 48, that's kind of really close to 50-50. So,
I mean, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. But
somebody's going to get upset.
That's right. I don't know. What do we have? 153 votes? 154 now? So not everybody chimed in, but enough to, that's a good sample size.
Give us an idea where we're going wrong.
Yeah. No, well, I think the other thing too is if we were to just look at the analytics of this thing, it does seem like most people watch the video, watch the actual video, whatever the song is or whatever video we're watching, reacting to, and then maybe they'll stick around for another minute, which is clearly not enough time to get everything in, right? Now, the other thing could be that they're skipping the video because they've seen it and they just want to see our reaction.
Yeah.
We can't tell if that's how that's happening, but either way, the way we have things set up now, it's I don't know. What do you think we should do?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Let's hear it from you guys.
Tell us what we should do.
I'm Batman. Egalex. Well, hello, Batman. I don't know. You guys let us know. We because you guys join us on the lives a lot. Why don't you let us know what your thoughts are? I'd love to hear them.
Oh, wow. We're up to 6 people. That's great.
Well, we just started.
I know. But it feels good.
But I do I like it. I like the intimate, less than 10 people. Feels kind of nice. Feels very personal.
Let's meet for coffee.
Hey, if you guys are in LA.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's in the chat is in. I only join your lives. I actually never watch the videos. I love your honesty. I love your honesty.
So basically, you enjoy watching us crash live every week, right? Or whenever we do. So we're thinking about going to twice a month. Chime in if you would, please.
So we have somebody from Nevada. That's good.
Hey, close enough. Come on.
And that's right. That's close enough.
I'll buy you a coffee.
Yes, I mean, it's funny too because we just did a behind the scenes of Taylor Swift. She did a video called "The Man," which if you haven't seen that, you have to check it out because it's hilarious. The music video. So we did the behind the scenes of that, and there's talking. It's just sometimes it's just talking, and then there's no talking during these behind the scenes footage. So Sam and I, whenever there's like a lulled time, you and I will say something really quick, like, it's good to be Taylor Swift. Very quick.
It is good. But you know what? She's got so much energy. I just watched a video of her live Eros performances, and she does like 32 costume changes, and she's got this system where she just disappears into the floor and comes back up dressed like within a few seconds. Yeah. It's amazing. And then one time the lift didn't work, so she ran across the stage, which was huge, past her dancers who were leaving the stage, and then down the steps and around, and then back into the dressing room, and then back outside the
What
same
the
way.
hell are you talking about? What was that?
Costume change. Pay attention.
Did we do that?
No, we didn't do that. I saw a video. Why are you irritating me so early?
Anyway, point being is that somebody actually did leave a comment on our behind the scenes saying, "You guys, I don't like it when you talk during the video.
Yeah.
Like wait till the end." And I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on here? Thank you, Atia, for saying that Batman will love them.
I wish I was Batman. Then I'd be rich.
Yeah, but Nancy does have a point. I mean, there are the copyright, like the algorithm that's used on YouTube, is very interesting to me because even if we were to change it enough, like I said, it probably would help if we talk during, because we're stopping it, talking, and then it stops the, like whatever algorithm's going. So maybe it won't catch it, but I think it still will. I honestly, personally, I think it still will catch, because it only takes 6 seconds, 7 seconds, or something like that for it to recognize a song.
Yeah.
And then it'll hit us.
So then we'd have to basically be talking all the way through the song.
Well, we'd have to,
nonstop.
We'd have to stop it every 10 seconds.
I don't think anybody would like to see that happen.
No.
Especially
but some people do. I mean, some people, I'm shocked at some of the things that get through. Like, I'm really shocked.
Yeah, I've seen stuff that I'm like, how did that get on? Well, I think our stuff doesn't get on.
Well, thankfully, we've only had maybe, what, 5
or 6
blocked
completely.
It is almost always Jenny from Blackpink. I don't know why. Or it could be some like Bollywood stuff because it's footage, but they're usually really good.
So what we're doing right now is we're trying to move some of these kind of videos that don't make it on YouTube over to our Patreon. Don't worry, it's all free right now.
Yeah. If anything that gets blocked on our YouTube, and those that don't, I mean, we'll still put them up on Patreon.
Yeah, we're getting to it.
Yeah.
So just join. It'll be great.
Yeah, it's free. It's free. We're not charging anything. We don't make money doing this stuff. So, yeah, and Atia, just to kind of add on to what you were just saying, they are kind of selective, and this is because if it gets blocked, you have an opportunity to dispute it. And when you send in your dispute to say, hey, we're doing a reaction video to this and we're adding our opinions, yada, 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 that gets sent to the owner of the video. So sometimes the owner of the video may say yes to somebody and they may say no to somebody. They may say yes to us, say no to somebody else. Who knows? It's very random. It's probably how they feel that day. They didn't get their coffee. They're upset. They may say no to everything. So
they didn't get a kiss from the wife on the way out.
Yeah. No. Well, so here's the thing. Batman or Egg Alex. Is it Egg? I don't know how to say it. Anyway, I'm just gonna call you. I'm gonna call you Batman because you said you were Batman.
Are we having a movement problem? Is that what that means?
They do not, but they don't. They're not as strict with the algorithm. So the stuff that our stuff will get through. They do block stuff there too.
Yeah, they do, but it seems like they're a little bit more liberal than YouTube, who seems to go.
Well, I think they're more fair. I think they're more fair.
Yeah.
It's not just all robotics that, because again, it's the programming that stops it initially. But at any rate, that's neither here nor there.
Anyway, Atya, good point. Thank you.
Yes. So maybe we'll start doing that. Maybe Sam and I will try one where we stop it. It's probably going to be a shock to you guys to see it that way, but maybe we'll start doing it that way. We'll do one, see what happens. I just hate breaking up a good song. Like, I hate stopping it in a song, especially when it's about to get into a good part, because we've gotten those comments before too. Like, why would you stop it there? It's about to get into the big moment, the big crescendo.
Either way, people are passionate about their opinion of how we do things.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes a little too passionate.
but we try to make sure everybody's happy. Any rate, that's kind of all we had on the docket as far as to kind of let you guys know. But I don't know if you guys have, if you've noticed, maybe you didn't, but we're doing producers pick episodes now.
Yes.
So we're finding new people that you guys probably don't know about, but you should know about. And we just did one last week. It was incredible. Oh, thank you for that reaction. We loved it too. I'm still exhausted from doing that reaction video with Sai and Sugar.
That's my kind of music that they were doing. Number one, and number two, these kids are.
Oh, you're talking.
amazing.
Well, so you're talking about the producer's pick again.
Producers pick. Yeah. Pay attention. All right. So.
Well, we were talking about Sai there for a second.
Okay. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, the kids were great. The kids were awesome.
You know, I found out that they're devout Christians, but you couldn't tell by the song picks, and you know, they're like amazing.
Yeah.
Every whatever. I mean, not that that's a problem. I'm just saying I noticed. Now these are true Christians. It looks like to me. I may be wrong.
I don't even know what that means, but but yeah, they're really good. They're just awesome musicians. They're just really, really good musicians. Check them out if you haven't yet, because they're amazing. I think that video's closing in on 30,000 views. We just put it up like 5 or 6 days ago.
Yeah.
And it's closing in on 30,000 views. They are amazing. That video that we reacted to has crossed 1 million views, I think, within 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, it's amazing.
So, I mean, that's pretty amazing.
Other reviewers are
Definitely
starting to check them out too.
Yeah, and we have a new one that's going to be coming out. I feel like this one's a little bit bigger.
Thanks,
than the kids we just did, but regardless, it still stands as a producer's pick, because I don't know if a lot of people know about him. I didn't know about him. And I've talked to some. We don't
know about any of the people we watch.
Well, right. So, but I did talk. I was just going to say, I talked to a friend of mine who's she is a huge K-pop fan. Shout out to Alyssa Tran. But she loves K-pop, J-pop, X-pop, all the pops. She loves all that.
Pop.
And I asked her if she knew who this band was, and she said no. So I was like, oh, really? Okay, this is good. So that'll be probably in the next few days, really. I think within the week, I think.
Atcha, you're like our totally biggest fan. And I'm so grateful.
We should pay you as our marketing manager.
Yeah, if you do that for a living, let us know.
What else do we have? There was something else I was going to say, but
well, let's ask questions. What do you guys think we should look at next? You know, suggestions are always good, because, like I said, we're always pretty much clueless.
Somebody here I can't remember who it was. One of you guys gave us a suggestion last week. We wrote it down. I think we did it. It just hasn't been edited yet. I can't remember what it was, but
yeah, we have such a backlog of stuff to do. We're trying. It's just us, and we have lives as well, so it's kind of hard to.
You know, here's something I wanted to share while you guys are getting your questions together, if you have any.
Do tell.
I wanted to share because I was thinking the other day about all these people. Like I watch TV a lot. You know, that's just. I have a son and he loves TV, and I watch TV whenever I get a chance, especially when he goes to bed. It's a great time to watch the adult stuff. But I'm a big Key and Peele fan, right? So
yeah, they're funny.
If you don't know who Key and Peele are, they're just two guys. They're really funny comedians. They have their own show. Obviously, they've both gone on, and they're huge. They're both huge in their own right now.
Yeah. Peele is a big producer and director now.
Big time producer, writer, director. Key's a big time actor, voice actor, etc. So yeah. Anyway, I was just thinking back to when you and I were working at TV Guide Network. Do any of you remember TV Guide Network? Did you guys ever have TV Guide Network back in the day? I'm guessing not.
It turned into Pop TV.
But TV Guide Network, when I got there and when you were there, it had like a little lower third that showed you what was on the channel.
Yeah, channel guide
for the cable.
Scrolling.
Yes. So
and then our content was like in the window on top of that.
Yeah. And then it finally went full screen. We got rid of the little scroll. But at any rate, I met Key from Key and Peele. I met him, Keegan Michael Key, a number of times. Like we were like, but I don't want to say we were buddies, but every time he'd come in, we recognized each other. We're like, hey, good to see you again. Good to see you. We'd have him in all the time.
Yeah.
To be a comedy expert. If you guys remember, like E! Entertainment used to have like a bunch of shows they would do, and they would have talking heads that were trying to be funny, or they'd make a joke about something or a clip. So Key was one of our guys that we would bring in almost all the time. And Whitney Cummings. You know who Whitney Cummings is? She was huge too. She was on a TV show. She was executive producer. She's a comedian.
I can't place the face, but I remember the name.
Yeah, so she got big too. But she was another one we used to bring in all the time. So I was watching TV and I'm seeing these faces. I'm like going, God, I used to talk to these people like all the time, and they would come in for free. We didn't pay that. We wouldn't even pay them to come in. That was where they were at in their careers when I met them. They were just doing it for the publicity to get their faces out there. And anywho, it was just a really interesting thing. I don't know. And Whitney Cummings, which was great. She invited me to like some of her comedy shows.
Oh, wow.
She gave me tickets to like Jay Leno's show because she had a spot on the Jay Leno show.
He's funny. I've seen him live a few times.
Who, Jay Leno?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course. That's why.
I actually did a bit. I did a bit with Jay Leno.
Ooh.
I was on the Jay Leno show as an actor.
Spill.
You've seen it, I'm sure.
I don't know.
I was Adam Lambert. I dressed up as Adam Lambert.
That was like that caused a real ruckus.
Yeah.
At the show.
Adam Lambert, if you're watching, I know you're not, but if you are, it was all out of love. A lot of love. Such a talented guy he was. Still is.
There was a show that I worked on.
Maybe I will post it, but it's so embarrassing.
It's pretty embarrassing, actually.
But I love it. I came out to be an actor. That was like my dream come true. It's like, really?
You had makeup on, right?
I had makeup on. I had a wig on. We had like a big party. They literally came to my house. My apartment at the time.
That's right. That's where they shot you opening the door.
Yeah. And I used to live right next to Warner Brothers, which Jay Leno was right around the street. But any rate, but this is what I mean. I mean, I watch something and it just opens up a door and I'm like, oh my God, I totally forgot about all those times.
Well, let me tell you about one of my favorite experiences at Pop TV, which was originally called TV Guide.
If it's Larry David, it's in a video. I wouldn't say it.
Huh?
Is it about Larry David?
Maybe.
Because it's in a video. It's coming up.
Our video?
Yes, you said it. We have it in a video. You talked about it. They haven't seen it yet because it hasn't come out yet. But we just did a reaction video where you talked about that story.
All right, I won't tell that story now.
Yeah, you'll have to wait for the video. But
let's just say it was hilarious. And Larry David, I was afraid of him. He wasn't doing or saying anything, but just being around him. And you know what? That wasn't the first time I was with him. But I can tell you that when you see the next episode or whenever that episode was, because I talk about working with him multiple times.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun.
Because Curb Your Enthusiasm. I can't say it. You got it. That's it. Was that at Pop or that was a TV Guide though, right?
It was during the crossover.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, we were heading into the crossover, and everybody had a bad feeling about it.
Yeah, I do remember because I actually did a show about it was like 25 things you didn't know about Curb Your Enthusiasm. See, I got it right that time. So I actually did a show about it because we had just acquired the rights to show it at TV Guide. It wasn't Pop yet.
Right.
But, anyway.
Yeah, I think you're right. But
I do remember doing a show about it. Yeah. Fun times. Fun times.
Yeah, but you know what? Somehow that reminded me of the crossover to Pop. We kept having these big meetings, staff meetings with the president of the network and all this stuff, and talking about the change and what things were going to do. And we were moving from Hollywood down to Playa Vista. It was a hell of a drive, and
Was
everybody
Playa
was
Vista
not happy about it.
Was Playa Vista?
Playa Vista, yeah. So we're listening to this guy, and he's like, "Yeah, anybody have any questions?" And one guy raises his hand, and he said, "Will we be compensated for the long drive we have to do?" And he
Well,
said,
of
"We're
course
thinking
not.
about it." The guy was fired the next week.
The guy that said we're thinking about it?
No,
or the
no,
guy
no.
who asked the question?
The guy who asked the
What?
question. That's how corporate crap is. It's horrible.
Yeah. I have one more story I wanted to share about because if you guys aren't familiar with Hollywood, so when we were at TV Guide together, again, this was years and years ago, but Hollywood and Highland is a big mall, very touristy spot for people who come into Hollywood. They want to see the Walk of Fame and all that stuff. And we had our studio right there at Hollywood and Highland. And
all the weirdos.
Yeah, but it was we had like great studio space. It was really, it was awesome.
It was nice.
It was nice. And so after work, we would go, we would just go grab a beer at grab a drink from one of the establishments there at the mall. And I don't remember who I was with. I wasn't with you, but I went to this, it was a Japanese joint. We went down and I just grabbed a drink. And somebody walks in, sits down next to me, and I'm not really paying attention. I'm talking to my friend, and then I realized it's Jeremy Renner.
Oh yeah.
He wasn't big yet though.
Oh right.
He I think he had done like one big thing. I think this was right after what was the big? It was the bomb movie that he did. It was he was a bomb
expert.
Yeah, I can't remember what it was called, but at any rate. But we ended up chatting about, I don't even know how we got into it. He was chatting about like something, and then we started talking about Eminem for some reason, and I don't even remember why. We were getting drunk at that point.
I bet.
But it was so cool because it's just a random, just randomness. And he was like, "Hey, where do you work?" And I'm like, I just came and grabbed a drink from TV Guide.
So if I told the story on a past video, can I tell it again now?
Sure, if you want.
Okay.
The Hurt Locker, that's it. Yep.
The Hurt Locker, right. Yeah. That was a good movie, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was.
So as you guys probably don't know how big of a Star Trek fan I am. I mean, I was 9 years old when it came on, and the first time I noticed it was a commercial for the show where the Enterprise is going across the screen, and I flipped out, ran around the house for about an hour begging my parents to let me see it. And since then, I was a huge Star Trek fan. In fact, I even helped organize one of the first Star Trek conventions in Pittsburgh, where I grew up. Then I found out that the people organizing it above me, I was just a helper. They ran off with the proceeds.
Of course they did.
Yeah, of course. So
I actually did a show. About a super fan at the Star Trek.
Yeah, the super fan.
It's called Geek Out.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe I'll have you guys watch that too. But
yeah, don't punish them.
No, it's a good one. I actually still have a Star Trek shirt, authentic Star Trek shirt. Red. I'm a red guy though.
Oh, yeah.
Anyhow,
red shirts. There's actually I forget his name, but a science fiction writer wrote a whole book about the red shirts in Star Trek, about how they always die. But somehow he got into this parallel universe where they actually were there, and they didn't like what he was talking about. Because they always got killed.
So is this leading into you meeting somebody special?
I met 2, 3, 4. I met everybody on the show except for DeForest Kelly, who played Dr. McCoy. I met Scotty. I went shopping with him once.
You went shopping with Scotty?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Mr. Scott?
When I was a teenager, I went to a lecture by Leonard Nimoy. The guy was amazing.
Yeah.
And he was talking about the show, and he was talking about the coming up with the Star Trek, peace and long life thing, live long and prosper. By the way, nobody ever knows this, but this is geeking out here. The the original phrase was somebody says it and then somebody says a response, and the way it goes is peace and
Thank
long
you,
life,
Atia.
and then the other guy goes or person goes live long and prosper. That's how it's supposed to be, but they never do that anymore. It's all about just live long and prosper. Anyway, getting back to him. Sorry, the caffeine's kicking in. Hey, wait. If you guys want me to keep going, let me know. If you don't want me to shut up, I will. But so I'm watching him at this lecture. I'm there with my brother, who's also a nut for Star Trek, and he was talking about the hand signal, how he came up with it, where he went to temple with his grandfather, and they always said to him, "Don't look at the Kohanim, the priests up in the front on this is on Yom Kippur," and they would do this, which is the letter Shin from the Hebrew alphabet. You can't do that. So he was explaining this, and every time he did this, flashes would go off left and right. All these cameras would just go.
Oh my gosh.
It was hilarious. And then afterwards, he had a signing, and I brought an album he did for Star Trek called Mr. Spock's Music from Outer Space, and he signed it for me. And then my brother went nuts and started telling him, "Oh, I love you! Oh my God! Oh my God!" And he went like this to him. He just tried to give him the Vulcan neck pinch. And I just sorry about my brother.
He's a bit of a nerd. He's a bit of a nerd. I thought you were going to talk about how we met William Shatner. I thought that's.
Oh yeah, well you met him too, right?
Well, yeah, I interviewed him.
That's right.
I actually got to interview him.
You actually did an interview with.
I will say this real quick, and because I know you want to still talk about Star Trek, but the one thing when I met William Shatner, we had a beautiful woman who was doing our hosting.
Oh God, yeah, she was gorgeous.
She was
I know
great.
who you're talking
about. What was her name?
Something
Michelle.
Megan. Something like that.
Madison Michelle.
If
you're out there, Madison, hello.
She's a nurse now, but she was
stunning. She was stunning, but she was really good at her job. So anyway, so she sat down.
Really nice person.
She sat down to do the interview with William Shatner, and we're getting him ready. And the first thing she asked him, she goes, "Well, so let's talk about your body of work." And he goes, "Well, I want to talk about your body of work." And of course we're laughing, and she just goes, "Oh, Bill." and he turns to me, William Shatner turns to me, and he goes, back in the day when I'd say something like that, girls would be like, "Oh, Bill." And now they're saying, "Oh, Bill."
Oh, Bill.
And I said, I mean, you're still the man to me. But he was just sharp. He was sharp. He was funny. He was in his 70s then, probably, but.
Oh wow! Acha said that. Well, you guys read it, but she did the symbol
did the
to a police officer, and he gave it back to her, and it really made her happy. I'm like, oh, that's sweet. Thank you so much.
Sam is a huge Star Trek nerd.
Not the
dress up and.
No, I don't do the dress up thing. No, there's a limit, Besides, I do not.
And I don't have enough time. Just don't have enough time.
Although my mother made me a Star Trek shirt.
Yeah, well, that was nice.
And it shrank. It was not a pretty sight.
That's what I say when all my shirts get smaller. They shrank. Had nothing to do with me.
That's why I was in the middle of something, but I can't remember what it was.
I'm sure it was Star Trek.
Yeah, it was. So let's go back to before I worked at TV Guide. I managed a recording studio / post company in Studio City, which is where he lives, Shatner.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's where we interviewed him, was at his place in Studio City.
That's right.
It's a nice office there.
Yeah. So anyway, long story short is I'm in the office. Nobody's in the studio. There's nobody there. There's like several rooms. And nobody's using it. I was just there doing paperwork. And the front door signal thing went off. The front door opened. And I'm like, oh, I wonder who that is. And probably one of the guys coming into work. So I go back to typing, and I hear a knock at the door. The door's open, but on the side of the, and I turn around and it's him. And I go, William Shatner, and I fell back off my chair. I swear to God, that's what happened. I fell back off my chair, and then I got, what are you doing here? That was my response.
He's like,
He goes, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But he goes, I just need to do some recording. Can you help me out? And I'm like, sure. Oh, God, what are you kidding me?
so you did some recording for
The caffeine is
Mr.
definitely kicking.
I was gonna say, I don't know who got you this.
Well, it's this great drink called Zip Fizz that you can get on Amazon, and it's better than coffee. It tastes cool. It's like
Thank you, Sue.
A drinky poo.
Yeah, I mean, we'll figure out how to do the videos. I mean, again, we may try one, see how people react to it. But we've tried this before. We've done this before, and people said, you should not stop the videos. And like we said earlier, it's about a 50-50. So it's like 52 to 48. So
how about this? How about we stop on half of them and we keep going on other ones?
I don't know.
That's kind of everybody's happy now.
I mean, when you try to please everybody, you please nobody. So I think that's what Sue is saying. Just do as you're comfortable with. But
yeah, I didn't understand this. Why would you go to 2 shows a week? What's that a reference to?
Our live.
Twice a month?
Our live, yes.
Oh, no, it's twice a month, not 2 times a week. That would kill us. Because
oh yeah, no, we wouldn't do 2 shows a week.
We're constantly looking for time to keep doing what we need to do, and my wife is usually pissed off because she never sees me because I'm stuck in my edit suite at home, and it's I'm sorry tonight we'll spend, and then I go off and do something and I forget.
Appreciate you, Sue.
Thank you so much, guys.
We've got a lot of stories. To share, but I don't want to bore you too much. Although I am just noticing, I'm seeing more of my house in this shot, and I'm like, how messy is my staircase there? I gotta.
Well, he's got a 6-year-old son, so
7. He's gonna be
my
7.
godson.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Which means if something happens to him and his wife, I get to foot the bill.
Oh, thank you, Nancy. We never know if we're just boring the crap out of people or what, but
oh, you guys are great, especially those of you that are sticking with us. Oh, yeah. We went back. We lost 1, we lost 2, then we got 2 back, so we're back to 8.
I do have one. Who's it's not Marissa Tomei. Man, what is her name? She was blonde. She actually won an Oscar, and I cannot remember what it was for. I'll think of it. I can't remember her name, but there was an actress, big time actress. I was producing a shoot where we were doing a one-on-one. With Sam and I used to work on a show called Close Up, where that's what we did is we would, whoever the celebrity was, we do like a background history, all the stuff they've done, and then we would have a one-on-one sit down with them. So we did it with I can't remember her name. I'll think of it after, but. I was actually doing camera that day as well because I think we were just trying to get some personal like behind the scenes shots, and we were getting set up, and I was holding the camera just like this. I was kind of pointing it at the actress, and she goes, "Is that thing on?" Because she was getting all like ready and stuff. And I'm like, no. She goes, oh, because I see a red light on there. It looks like it's on. I'm like, oh, no. And she kind of was taken aback by it. And I was like, ooh, sorry.
Well, misunderstanding.
Truth be told, it was on. I did have it on. And it was because
Nancy remembers Close Up.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, Nancy.
Well, it was on for like 5. We did like
a lot.
We did like 5 years worth of our own. It used to be outsourced until we brought it back and we made it bigger. But yeah, I can't remember her name. But I was on
that show.
But I was on strict orders to get footage that she didn't know we were doing because we wanted to get like personal moments
like
to put in the show. Yeah, so it was the only time I felt uncomfortable doing what I was doing.
Oh, I felt uncomfortable.
But I was under strict guidelines to get that footage. And I had
I've
the
had
line where I
many-
felt so bad about it. I felt so horrible.
I know you kept telling me that story. Oh, look at me.
It
I'm
is
like
horrible.
falling over.
It was horrible.
So I've had